I don't know, y'all, but the camera just look so weird. Like, it might still look weird, but I don't think it looks as weird as it just looked. Okay, so like I was saying, y'all, I said in the other video, I'm gonna say in this video, y'all. So I have my hot lemon water if anybody wants to know what's in my cup. I had to make sure it wasn't super hot to where I like burnt my lips again. That was not fun last time. I burnt my lips and my tongue yesterday. So anyway, I am making this video again for y'all. So if you didn't feel special on my channel until now, feel special, because I filmed this whole video for y'all on 12 things to know before locking your hair, like getting locks. And baby, when I tell you the video won't upload on my channel, it won't upload from my phone, it won't upload from my channel, like on my camera, it won't upload on my computer. It's like not uploading for whatever reason. All of my devices don't want y'all to be great. So I was like, okay, if this is what it's going to come down to, then we're just going to film the video again. And if my camera, my phone, and my computer hates again, then at that point they're just haters. Then this video is going to have to get filmed somehow or another. Okay, but anyway, let's get right into this video. So if you're new to my channel, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, and if you've already been subscribed, thanks for coming back. I just need to put a few things out there. So we're doing a 500 subscriber luxury giveaway. So if you want to be a part of that giveaway that I'm going to be doing on my channel, then you need to be subscribed to my channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at CurlySVictoria, and then make sure you like this video, comment, you know what I mean? Let me know you in the building, sis. So that luxury giveaway can be anybody. It is not gender specific. It can be anybody who can win that luxury giveaway. Just be involved on the channel. And if you are interested in Women's Best Shape Body Shake, a meal replacement, then you might want to also subscribe. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and all of that. Following me on Instagram. The product that I'm doing for Women's Best Shape Body Shake meal replacement, that's like without it being on sale, that's like a $30 to $40 product. So it's a really good product for someone who's looking to replace a meal, you know, or whatever. So let's get into these things. 12 things you should know before locking your hair. I'm sipping lemon water, so get you some, sis, because it's about to be tea. Number one, first things first, when locking your hair, things to know. Locks is a journey. It's a journey, not a destination, baby. It is a journey, okay? Everything about locks, like, you can't look at this as like, oh, you know, I always say Rome wasn't built in a day. That's the same thing about the lock journey. You cannot expect to have your lock goals overnight. You can't expect to have your hair budded overnight, or you can expect to have inches down your back overnight. You know what I mean? With your lock journey, whether you start shorter or you start longer, whatever, it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a process. If you start shorter, you might not be secure about the length. If you start longer, it might take you longer to lock because the hair was longer. I think on the journey, whichever length you decide to start, it's still going to be a process. Everyone's hair texture is different. My hair is super curly when it's not locked. When it's loose natural, it is so curly. So my journey for locks and stuff like that, you know, it's kind of like because you want your hair to kind of get nappy. You want it to thicken up. You want it to do all of these things so that you can actually have locks. My hair just kept, every time you want to hit it with a product, it wants to coil, it wants to curl, it wants to be bouncy, it wants to spring. And I'm like, I had to talk to my hair. I was like, sis, we're not trying to be curls. We're trying to be kinky. We're trying to go back to our, you know, our locks. So for me, I had to put a little bit more patience. I had to put more time. I had to put more energy to ensure that I was taking or using tactics that were going to allow for my hair to lock, and also using tactics that wouldn't allow me to digress but to progress. I know that with locks and stuff like that, when you are basically like retwisting and stuff like that, it can get a little like, oops, is my locks gonna come undone? What's gonna happen? And then when you go to wash your hair for the first time, am I gonna lose my locks? Am I gonna keep it? Like, you know what I mean? What's gonna happen in that initial wash? First of all, let me tell you, when I decided to start, this is my second lock journey in my life, okay? I had locks in undergraduate college. I combed them out at one point, saved my hair, ended up going back to a loose natural, and blase. I knew that at some point I was going to go back to locks later on in my life. I just didn't know when. That time ended up being July 1st, 2019. So I am presently 17 months on this lock journey. I will be 18 months, which is also a year and a half, January 2020. So this is where we're at. I'm not going to do a full turnaround, but I just kind of want you guys to see where your girl is at. If you follow me on Instagram, then you probably have seen photos of where my hair is. But this is where I'm at. I maintain my locks myself. I started my locks myself. I do everything that pertains to my locks myself. I don't use anybody. I don't do any of that. I do my own hair. So that's just the kind of the backstory on me. But like I said, it is a journey. It is not a destination. So if you don't feel like you have patience and you don't feel like you are decisive, this might not be for you. Being an indecisive person with locks, that's going to be hard. So if you're a woman who likes to change your hair up every 2 days, baby, locks might not be for you. You don't want to be on a lock journey and your hair is always covered because you're wearing wigs or you're trying to do braids over locks. Like, at that point, it's like, why have locks if you're always going to be constantly in a state of hiding them? But to each his own. Do your thing. I understand, you know, some people might be in college and they got to be on a dance team and they got to wear weave, and sometimes you got to hide your locks for performance. That's different. I'm talking about people who every chance you look, their hair is covered with another style. It's like, why do you have locks? But to each his own. When I had, you know, started my journey, every time I never wore wigs, braids, nothing over my locks. Whether they were super short, they were longer, whatever, I just kind of embraced the journey, and that's what it is. So moving on to the second thing, because I don't want this video to go too long, and point number 1 was already long. Number 2, I would say color your hair before you lock it, and that is optional. If you're going to color your hair on your lock journey, the best time to probably color your hair is probably before you start the lock journey. And I say this because bleaching and all of those agents in your hair could cause your hair to become brittle and cause your hair to just need color treatment. And if you do it before you lock, you have ample time to make sure that you treat your colored hair. If you color your hair after you lock it, once you get to the point to be able to do that, you might mess up your texture. Some people, texture could be messed up to the point where they don't even want to continue that specific lock journey. Other people, textures could be like messed up and they're just like, I'm just gonna stick it out, but I wish I would have known this before. So this is why I'm telling you 12 things to know before your journey. Just understand that that could potentially happen. Number 3, cut damaged ends. Stop thinking, and I'm gonna put all the points in the description box below. Stop thinking that, oh, just because, oh, I got length, baby, I got length. If you got damaged ends, stop doing all that. I got body, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? I got length. Like, stop doing all that. If your loose natural hair before you lock your hair has damaged ends, cut them. Like, obviously, yes, you can, you know, go ahead and lock it in with your routine. But I say cut them. Like, what better way than to start a new journey with new, you know, hair? Like, you don't want to go in there with old ends, scraggly hair. Like, go in there with your most healthiest hair and cut those damaged ends, baby. Your hair will grow back. Stop acting like you're begging for hair change, okay? You don't have to have those ends. Let them go, sis. Truth of the matter is, you needed to let them go before you decided to go locked, but nobody told you. And you just thought your hair was so long, and we looking at the back of your hair, and you got split ends all the way up the shafts of your hair. Not cute. No. Health over length. Obviously, you can have length goals, but you want to have healthy hair over length. Obviously, yes, my goal is to grow my locks all the way down to my back. You know, my butt, like above my butt or right around there. But I'm not going to, like, if my hair was bleached or something and locks were straggly right here, I would cut those and grow them. You know what I mean? It's health over length. Moving on to number 4. Don't compare your journey to other people. Do not compare your journey to other people. Here's why. If I sit here and I compare my hair to every other person that I'm seeing on the internet or I know in person, it's going to prohibit me from being able to enjoy my journey, number one. Number two, no one's hair is the exact same. I don't care who you are. Nobody has the same amount of hairs on their head as the other person. No one has the same, you know what I mean, like exact same hair. So you might have the same like texture or grade of hair, but there's always something unique. You can have two people who have completely the same pattern of hair, but her hair doesn't do well with shampoo, her hair doesn't do well with conditioner. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, your hair is your hair. Don't compare your journey to somebody else. Never do that, because you will find yourself vicariously living through someone else's hair journey, when the purpose of you starting your hair journey is for you to enjoy your hair journey, sis. Like, how you gonna enjoy your hair journey when you so caught up on her hair journey? I am so enthralled about my own hair journey that I don't even get caught up on other people's hair journey. Like, I admire beauty. So if you are a lock babe, go follow Instagram, our page at Babe with Locks. A whole bunch of beauties on there. I have a whole bunch of beauties on my page who I can acknowledge all of their beauty in their hair. But that doesn't mean that I want their journey, or that doesn't mean that, you know what I mean? It's beautiful for them, but it doesn't mean that it has to be for me. It's not like, oh, I like her hair, but I wish that was my hair. No, we don't do all that. We give credit to where credit is due, and then we enjoy our own journey. Remember, this is your journey. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Number 5, choose the right lock size for you. Let me say this again for the people in the back. Choose the right lock size for you. When I say that, let me just give y'all some tips, okay? Some little hints real quick within point number 5. When you go to a salon, like I told you, I did my own hair, so I knew exactly what size I wanted. And obviously my front is shorter than my back, and that's because I cut my hair right before I decided to go back to locks. I had cut like the front of my hair this short, and I didn't care that the rest of my hair was longer. I just was wearing my weaves, and I would have that leave out, and I was just wanting to wear more of my curls, and I wanted to cut that heat damage off. So I cut it to like here. And yeah, so that's why my hair is like that. But by the time my hair grows out, I'm gonna have like healthy layers, and it's gonna be really pretty. But that's why the top of my hair is really short. But yeah, the right lock size. If you go to a loctician, somebody else does your hair, let me just tell you, whatever the price they tell you to do your locks, they're not going to do the smallest size for you. Why? Because it's probably going to take up their time. And why would I give you smaller locks that you might think look better when I can give you bigger locks, because you don't know any better, and charge you the same price that somebody who would have asked for that might have had to pay. So I feel like they just put whatever size in your head for the price that they tell you. When I had my first set of locks, like, obviously she knew I wanted like more of the traditional locks. I didn't want sister locks. I didn't want like, you know, huge locks. They knew that I wanted like the regular in between, right? So my lock journey before this, my locks were bigger, and they were a good size. But if you ask me between journey 1 and journey 2 which locks I prefer journey 2. So this time, because I know what my locks were like the first time, I made sure that I went ahead and got them smaller this time. Like, I did them smaller this time to ensure, because my very first journey, I sat in the chair, I let someone do it in a salon. After that, I pretty much maintained my hair myself. I didn't go to the salon to get maintenance. But for this journey, I started them myself, I maintained them myself, and all that. So I decided, go smaller than your first journey. So I was really, really careful about my sizing. When you get your locks, you only have but a small window to be able to make transformations. You might not necessarily, you might think, oh, my locks look small because of how they start out. But as they begin to bud and form, you notice they're thicker. You have time to still split each of those parts in half and coil them, or whatever your method is, and make more locks within that set. But once you get to a point where your hair is locking in the middle and it's starting to lock throughout your, you know, your budding completely, it's going to be very hard to divvy that up and basically have more locks. So your lock sizing and all of that, important. Number 6, have a professional loctician, y'all. Have a professional loctician, baby. If you're gonna pay the money to have somebody do your hair, just make sure they're a professional. If you're a person who don't know anything about hair, like at all, from a can of paint, you're gonna need to go to a professional. You can't just be letting people just do your hair. They have no hair history or anything like that. So, or have any hair history or anything like that, because say that your hair just needs, like, takes a lot and it requires special treatment to grow and stuff like that. If you're dealing with somebody who don't know about hair, all they know is like, let me retwist your hair, but don't know about hair to know your hair, you're gonna be in some trouble down the road. Also, you kind of want to make sure that you're choosing someone who is locked or have been locked and know about the lock journey, because no shade to girls who don't have locks, or women who don't have locks or never have locks, who does locks. But my thing is, you can only really give real experiences from the lock journey if you've gone through it. In college, I had locks and I did a lot of athletes' hair. Like, I didn't have my own salon, but baby, I had a whole lock business basically on the side, because I was doing athletes' hair all the time. They play sports. Their hair is going to get dirty and their hair is going to have to, like, you know, unravel and stuff like that. Well, I'll be stopping by the dorms, make them wash their hair before I get there, and I'll be in the lobbies retwisting their hair if need be. Okay? I did not care. I was making my little coins, baby, $40, $50 a head, and your girl literally had her side money, plus the other 4 jobs I was working in college. So your girl was pretty, you know, it was pretty lit to be a college student. So I basically had locks though. I might not have had my own salon, but I had locks, so I had already started to know some things within the journey. So when I would be doing people's hair, I was able to give them advice, and I was able to, you know, recognize certain things that only people with locks, who had locks or have locks, would have known. So be careful who you choose to do your hair. Number 7, pay attention to the warning signs of a stylist, which is basically what I was just saying. Warning signs like she doesn't know your hair, she's using products that's drying your hair out, or they're using products that just do not go with your journey. You know what I mean? You don't want your hair to be brittle, you don't want your hair to be breaking off, you don't want your hair to basically be done by someone who don't know what they're doing. So that goes back to kind of what I was just saying. It's all in step number 7, what I said. Pay attention to the warning signs of a stylist. The warning signs are there. Whether or not you're paying attention or you're listening to your hair is going to determine if you're going to pay attention to the warning signs. Number 8, trust the process. The process for locks is unlike any other process. Every hair journey has a process, but locks has a unique process. And it's such a beautiful journey, and there are so many different stages, but trust the process. I know you might want overnight perfection. You want your hair to be butted perfectly. You want your hair to be uniform. You want your locks to be the same size. You want them to be the same length. You want them to be the same everything. Trust the process, because the way that your hair should come together, it will come together. You look at my hair, a lot of people look at my hair, like a guy told me my hair was so pretty the other day. But you look at my hair and people look at my hair and they're like, oh, it's so pretty. But if I look at my hair and I pay attention to the details, I have some locks that are smaller than other locks. I personally love it, because it's like I have a whole head full of like 3 different sizes and they all look good together. But you know, somebody else looking in who don't know about the lock journey wouldn't know that. So I'm just basically saying, trust the process, because your hair will come together. The little things that you think you're focused on, like when other people see it, or you know, whatever, it's like, bruh, your hair looks really good. Oh, thank you. But no, I don't have any complaints about my journey. I 100% am in love with my hair. But number 9, every product can't go. Okay, sis, let me just clarify that. You're going to have a whole bunch of products underneath your sink, baby, that are not going to be able to go with you on the lock journey. Conditioners, hair melts, all that type of stuff, you really not going to find yourself using it that much. I do have an avocado hair milk. I do use it on my edges. Sometimes I use it when I'm doing a retwist and I just want more moisture. I'll add the milk to the retwist, like at the roots, so that my hair can get extra moisture. And you know, like avocado is good for you within your body, but it's also good for you in your hair. So I find it very nourishing. I find that there's like oils and stuff like that that also helps promote growth. But your girl, all that beeswax, all that what you call it, that extreme wet line, that eco style, you're not gonna be able to bring all that with you. I mean, you can, some people retwist their hair like that, but when you really start to understand build up and you start to understand your journey, you're gonna understand less is better, and you're probably not gonna want to use that. The thing that I use the most in my lock journey, the top 3 things, are oils. I like to put natural oils in my hair. Shampoo, of course, when I wash my hair, and then I would say my edge control. Like when I'm about to put, you know, when I get put together and I gotta skirt them edge control, that edge control comes through when I gotta skirt them edges. So, and I do use sometimes what is it, got to be glue, and I mix it with my edge control and I put it on my edges when I have somewhere to go, tie it up, and it holds like throughout the night. So like I said, every product can't go. If you're loose natural and you know, like, I don't want to start my lock journey until next year, go ahead and start using some of your favorite products on up, because you're not going to be able to take them with you. And then don't buy any new products if you know you're about to embark on this journey until you know exactly what you're going to need for locks. But yeah, I ended up giving away a lot of products, which was fine, because I gave them to a curly natural who a curly head baby. Her hair is so long, and I had literally, y'all, I spend so much money on like luxury skincare, luxury hair products, luxury, right? So I gave away hundreds, probably close to $1,000 worth of products. And when I was about to give them away, I had to sit down and think, who do I know who's going to appreciate these products and really use them and appreciate them? And the person who came to mind, baby, she's the type of person who takes care of her natural hair. She embraces products. She will probably still be like this, like I be with my oils. She probably will still be like this with the bottle, trying to get the last drop out. I said, that's who's about to get my products. So I called her. I'm like, girl, you need some hair products? She's like, yeah. So I ended up meeting up with her, took her a whole basket, like, full of products. So I gave them to somebody who I knew would appreciate them and who could use them. So make sure you're ready to have someone in mind, or a few people in mind, because, you know, I had products that was worth $30 a piece, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. So yeah. The next thing I would say, another thing to know is locks are budget friendly. They're low maintenance. If you do your hair yourself, then you probably only find yourself ever really needing to buy like shampoo, oils, and maybe like, you know, retwist cream, or lock gel or whatever, which you're not going to need to rebuy that every month. You know what I mean? Like, it'll last you for a good amount of time before you have to rebuy it. If you're somebody who have to pay for service, some locticians, some stylists want you to come back every 2 weeks. Whatever their price is, that's what you'll be paying. I'm sure you're already paying a good amount to get your hair done now, but you'll probably be paying that. And if they're recommending stuff to you and you just don't know about hair at all, baby, you probably gonna be one of them people who's gonna buy everything that they want you to have. So other than that, budget friendly, low maintenance. Number 11, take lots of pictures. I have taken so many pictures and videos from the time, and I would say videos too. Take lots of pictures and videos, because from the time that I actually started my locks, y'all, till now, your girl has taken so many pictures and videos, it don't even make sense. If you go back and look at all my videos, you can see that I did month 1 all the way up into month 17, or I did like basically lock updates. And then you'll see some videos. I did a lock anniversary for 1 year, and I kind of showed you guys from the beginning into that point. I'm gonna be doing I might do a 1.5 year lock anniversary, or I might do a 2 year, and I'll just do from beginning till now with a lot of pictures and videos. But yeah, get your ish together with that. So take lots of pictures and videos, because you are going to regret it if you look back and can't find them. I know on my first journey I did take lots of pictures and stuff like that, but a lot of them got lost along the way. So I would definitely say take lots of pictures and videos, and when you get a chance, email them to yourself. That way you can have them, or put them on an SD card. That way, you know, you can always make sure that you have just a card of your memories of your locks, because you're gonna regret it if you can't, you know, keep up with them pictures. Because one day you're gonna just wake up like me, and your hair gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this long, or it's gonna be down your back, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, let me look back at my journey. And child, you're gonna look back and you're gonna see when you look like a bird and when you look like the baddest. It's gonna be like 2 pictures. So take lots of pictures and videos. Number 12, your beginning stage is not an ugly stage. I do not like when people call their lock journey in the beginning an ugly stage, because I don't believe that there's any ugly stage in any journey. Every journey is beautiful. How that journey unfolds is different for everybody. Embrace the journey, the beginning. You can't just embrace the beauty. You have to embrace the ugly, the struggle. You know what I mean? And I'm saying ugly just as a general word, but you have to embrace every component of the journey. You cannot just embrace the beauty of it. You have to embrace the part where you didn't care too much for it. You have to embrace the part where it wasn't its most beautiful. You have to, like, a flower is not going to become its most beautiful once the seed gets planted. The flower becomes beautiful as it continues to get watered, it grows, and it starts to then get its beauty. So you have to understand that you're going to go through phases that you might not care for too much. You're going to go through phases that you might not feel is the most beautiful. You're going to go through phases where you're like, when is my hair going to bud, all the way through phases where, why is the front of my hair keep unraveling? Why do I have to keep retwisting the front of my hair? Like, why did my retwist just come out of the front of my hair? Y'all, the front part of my hair took like the longest to lock, I would say, because I would have some up here that would just like unlock, and I would just relock them back. Or there would be times where I would get a whole plethora of edges, and your girl, I have to start new locks along the edges, because I'm like, well, let me form some new edges because we got a little thick over here. So yeah, but enjoy the journey, embrace it. It's a beautiful journey. The cool thing is, like, it's a part of our culture. Locks is a part of the Black culture. It just is what it is. It's a beautiful thing. I told you guys in the other video that got cut off, I did not like the fact that I had someone tell me before, oh, why did you go locked? Why would you want your hair to be nappy when your hair initially was super springy and curly? And I'm like, bruh, this is part of my culture. Whether I'm rocking my natural curls or I'm rocking my locks, it's still beautiful. And the fact that you had to say something about it just makes your whole personality look ugly. I'm not too sure, you know, like what your intentions were on the comment, but put a halt to it. You know what I mean? So, in the end of the day, embrace the journey. Be confident. Don't let people's opinions dictate what it is that you want, and, you know, how you want to rock what you want to rock. Rock what you want to rock. Okay, so I'm going to end the video. Let's fingers crossed that this video gets posted. Not that I'm going to be negligent and I'm not going to post it, but y'all know that the camera was hating last time and did not let us upload the initial video. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Again, make sure you subscribe for the luxury giveaway. Your girl got a lot of work to do. I'm a little behind on time, okay? I'm a little behind on time, but it's okay, because I'm gonna get this stuff uploaded for tonight. I'll see you beautiful people in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. I love you guys, and see you later.
It's only 11 something, but why does it feel like it's too